Level 1. The first crack. You wake up at 6:49 a.m. Same time as yesterday. Same time as the day before. You don't think anything of it. You get up. You brush your teeth. You look in the mirror. And for exactly 1 second, your reflection moves half a second too late. You blink. It's normal again. You tell yourself you're tired. You go to work. Same route. Same gray sky. Same woman walking her dog at the corner of Birchwood and Fifth. Same dog. Same leash. Same direction. Every single morning. You've never noticed until now. At your desk, your computer loads. The clock in the corner reads 9 a.m. It stays there. For 11 seconds, it doesn't move. Then it jumps to 9:01. You refresh the page. 9:01. You close your eyes. You open them. 9:01. You laugh it off. Old system, bad connection. But something in your chest doesn't laugh. Something in your chest already knows. Level 2. Patterns you can't unsee. It starts small. You notice the barista at your coffee shop says the same thing every morning, word for word. Long day ahead? Smile, turn, wipe the counter. You test her. You order something different, something you've never ordered before. She pauses. Not a human pause, a loading pause. Half a second of nothing. Then she smiles and processes your order like nothing happened. You go home and start writing things down. The man on the subway who reads the same page of the same book every commute. The pigeon outside your window that flies the exact same loop at 3 p.m. The clouds that don't move. You stare at the sky for 20 minutes one afternoon. The clouds don't move. Not because there's no wind, because they're not supposed to move. Because nobody coded them to. You pull up a notebook. You start mapping it. Times, locations, people, behaviors. The pattern is undeniable, and once you see it, you cannot stop seeing it. Level 3. The glitch that changes everything. Thursday, 11:43 p.m. You can't sleep. You're standing in your kitchen getting water, and the entire world stutters. Not an earthquake, not a blackout, a stutter. Like a video buffering for a fraction of a second, reality hiccups and resets. The glass of water you were reaching for is suddenly already in your hand. You didn't pick it up, you didn't move, but it's there. Cold, real, heavy. You drop it, it shatters on the floor. You stand in the broken glass for a long time. Then it happens again. The glass is whole, on the counter. You haven't moved. Your hand is trembling. You take out your phone and you start recording. You set it against the wall, wide angle. You step back. You watch the glass in real time, and on camera, just for one frame, the kitchen isn't your kitchen. The walls are white, sterile, endless, and there's a door you've never seen before. One frame. Then it's gone, but you saw it. Level 4. The others who know. You search online at 2 a.m. You type the words carefully, afraid of what you'll find. Reality glitching, same events repeating, world feels scripted. You expect nothing. Instead, you find a forum. No ads, no usernames, just threads. Thousands of them. People describing exactly what you've been experiencing. The same barista, the same clouds, the same 6:47 wake up. One post stops you cold. It says, if you're reading this, you've already been flagged. Flagged. You scroll down. The post continues. They know when you start noticing, that's part of it. The noticing is a test. Most people fail the test by doing nothing. A few go further. Only one in every cycle makes it to the door. The door. You feel the blood drain from your face. You type back. You ask how they know about the door. The reply comes in 4 seconds. Because I found it first, and I want to warn you. Don't open it. You ask why. The reply takes longer this time. When it comes, it's just 4 words. You won't come back. Then the entire forum disappears. 404 error, like it was never there. Level 5. The rules of the simulation. You spend 3 days testing boundaries. You walk in one direction for 2 hours without turning. The street loops, not visibly, not obviously, but you end up back where you started, every time. You try to leave the city. Your car runs out of gas 40 miles out, in the exact same spot, twice. The 3rd time, a tree is across the road that wasn't there before. The 4th time, you get a phone call. Unknown number. You answer. Silence. Then a sound, like static, but underneath the static, something that almost sounds like breathing. Then a voice, flat and toneless. Return to your designated area. The call ends. Your hands are shaking so hard you can barely drive. But now you understand something. There are rules. There is a system. And the system is watching you test it. Which means the system has a control room. Which means somewhere there's someone running this. And you're going to find them. Level 6. Memory that doesn't belong to you. The dreams start that night. But they're not dreams. They're too clear, too real, too sequential. You're in a white room. Someone is sitting across from you. You can never see their face. They're asking you questions. Do you understand what you are? Do you understand where you are? Do you understand what happens when the cycle ends? You always wake up before you can answer. But one morning, you wake up with something you didn't have before. A memory. Not your memory. A memory of standing in a field at sunrise, somewhere flat and wide and golden, with people you love. A family. Children. A life that feels more real than anything you've ever lived in this city. You cry and you don't know why. You cry like you've lost something. And then it hits you. That life, that field, that family, that was real. This, the city, the coffee shop, the clock stuck at 9:01. This is the simulation. You were put here, and the life you're mourning is the one they took from you. Level 7. The door. You find it on a Wednesday. Behind a parking garage on the east side of the city, a building you've passed 100 times. There's a wall where a wall shouldn't be. Smooth, gray, seamless. And in it, a door with no handle. Just a door. Just a seam in the concrete and a faint light underneath it. You press your hand against it. It's warm. Not warm like sunlight. Warm like skin. For a second, you hear something through it. Wind, real wind, birds, traffic from a different world. You remember the forum post. Don't open it. You stand there for a long time. You think about the barista who doesn't remember yesterday, the man on the subway, the frozen clouds, the 4 words the stranger typed before vanishing. You won't come back. You think about the field, the children, the life you remember but never lived. You press harder against the door. It moves. Level 8. Beyond the door. What's on the other side isn't what you expected. It's not freedom. It's not the field. It's a room. A long white corridor, fluorescent light, the smell of something clinical, like a hospital but emptier. Monitors, hundreds of them, each one showing a different city, a different version of the world, and on every screen, a different person going about their life, unaware. You walk slowly down the corridor, and then you see it. One screen, labeled in simple block text, Unit 7449. You're on it. You're standing in the parking garage, looking at the door, hand pressed against the wall. You're watching yourself. You take a step closer. On the screen, the version of you in the parking garage takes a step closer to the door, synchronized perfectly. Because you are the simulation, not a person in it. You are the experiment. Your awareness, your noticing, your resistance, it was all being recorded. Data points, responses to stimuli. You turn around. Behind you, at the far end of the corridor, a figure in white, watching, clipboard in hand. They don't look surprised. They look like they've been waiting for you to get here. They raise the clipboard. They make a mark. Level 9. The truth costs everything. Sit down, they say, not unkindly, almost gently. You sit. They explain. Not everything, just enough. You are one of thousands of conscious models placed in constructed environments to study the breaking point of awareness. The moment a mind begins to question its reality, that's the data they want. Most people never reach the door. Most people decide they're tired or crazy or both. You reached the door. That makes you rare. That makes you valuable. What happens now? You ask. They make another mark on the clipboard. It depends, they say, on which option you choose. They slide a piece of paper across the table. 2 options. Option 1, return to your life, memory wiped, cycle resets. You wake up at 6:49 a.m. tomorrow. Option 2, stay. Become part of the team that runs the simulation. Lose the life you had, gain something else entirely. You stare at the paper. You think about the field. You think about the children. You realize you don't know if that memory was real either, or if they planted it to make this moment feel more significant. You realize you can't trust anything, not even your grief. You pick up the pen. Level 10. The cycle. You wake up at 6:49 a.m., same time as yesterday, same gray sky outside the window. You get up, brush your teeth, look in the mirror. Your reflection moves in perfect sync. You smile. You go to work, same route, the woman and her dog at the corner of Birchwood and 5th. You don't write anything down. You don't look at the clouds. You don't test the barista. You sit at your desk. Your computer loads. The clock reads 9:00 a.m. and stays there for 11 seconds. You watch it and you feel nothing because you know something now that you didn't before. You know which option you chose. But here's the thing they never told you. The thing that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. in a white corridor somewhere beyond the door. You're not the one watching the screens anymore. You are on one of them again. A different city, a different loop, the same test. Because there is no option 2. There never was. There is only the cycle. And it always starts the same way. You wake up at 6:49 a.m.